before we get started. Although I am a technician, I am not your technician. Please see your technician for professional car advice. I am not responsible for any damage to you, yourself, your equipment, improvement in your love life. Everything in this video is for educational purpose only. With that being said, stay safe and let's get to the content. This video is going to be recorded in a 2019 Chevrolet Silverado. Okay, customer states that he'd get intermittent. There's a parking light. You got a traction control light with a slash on it, and on the display it would say service brake system and service ESC. Here's what those screenshots look like. So those were pictures taken by the customer, and he sent them to me. It's just a. I know he's not crazy. I did believe him, but I did appreciate the screenshots. So let's go along for a ride and see what we can find. Okay, so I have my handy dandy scan tool here. I did take this truck on a test drive, and I did look at the speed sensors on a graph, and they were pretty consistent. None of them were falling off. It wasn't anything crazy. So what I'm going to focus on here is low voltage. Rumor has it that these newer cars and trucks, if you're having battery issues, it's actually going to cause intermittent low voltage conditions, and you're going to get the parking brake light, the service brake light, the service ESC light, and loss of traction control. So let's test the battery and see what we got, because there's nothing huge here that screams, hey, like replace this speed sensor, which is what the biggest thing I was looking at. And even when I went directly into the ABS module, there was nothing there's nothing there that jumped out that directly correlated to the traction control being off and service parking brake and all that. But why I do want to jump to battery power slash alternator power is because I do see, status history, which means, it's not in not history. Here's a history, not history. So if these were all in not history or past and he didn't have any trouble, then I wouldn't test it. But let's go test the battery. Okay, so the customer does want the new battery replaced. And that does say 730 ccas. I know when I ran my test, I did it at 850. So just to appease everybody, I want to make sure you guys are seeing the correct and up-to-date information with the correct cold cranking amps. I don't want anybody, well, maybe I do want you in my comment section, good, bad, or otherwise it's fine. Just spell my name right. So 730, rerun the test. And we're still coming up with replace battery. And this is connected directly to the battery. Nothing is connected on it. So, but yeah, stand by. Like I said, we're going to replace this battery. Customer's going to drive it. And yeah. Okay, it's been a few days since the battery was replaced and the truck was released back to the customer. And I did touch base with him personally, face to face, to make sure that in fact had alleviated the intermittent lights coming on and his dash lighting up like a Christmas tree. The battery did in fact alleviate that issue, thankfully. Now this last portion of the video, I'm going to discuss some other diagnostics you can do if you do not have a battery analyzer, and a little bit of theory as to why a faulty battery causes that issue. So what you can do in your Chevy GM product is locate where your button, your eco button, auto start, auto off, the button that enables you to, when you come to a stoplight, your truck shuts off. As soon as you take your foot off the brake to go to accelerate, your truck will start back on. You keep on trucking down the road. So what you can do if you don't have a battery analyzer or an AutoZone, O'Reilly's that'll check your battery out for you in your zone, disable this system and drive your truck around. And if you go to start it first thing in the morning, first time in the morning, and there's no lights on and your truck drives just fine on that trip, and when you let's say you stop at a grocery store, you stop at work or whatever, and you go to turn it back on, if those lights come on immediately after turning on your truck, then there is a good chance that battery is your issue. If the lights do not come on at all mid-drive, if these lights are only coming on once you're at a stop sign, stoplight, whatever, and then you go to take your foot off the brake and your truck turns back on and then these lights are coming on, I'm not saying this is the cause of your issue. I'm saying that this is because the battery is failing. When your truck is turned off at a stoplight, every system available is now drawing power from the battery. So if that battery is letting you down, if it's failing, if it's bad, whatever, when you go to take your foot off the brake and run your truck, you're going to have a lot of low voltage, lost communication issues, because that's probably what happened while the truck was off for those few seconds. And that's why replacing the battery alleviates this issue. So hopefully that brought some clarity, and hopefully this video helps anybody out. Stay safe, save some money.